All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a fun one today. How I made $92.7 million with digital products. So that way you can just copy me. And by the way, I'm going to give you advice that isn't just applicable to me. We're here in the offices of a company I just made a massive investment in. I'm the new co-owner. We're here on a Sunday night after hours. By the way, apologies if you hear rustling in the background. Obviously, it's Sunday night, so our cleaners are doing their thing. So obviously, being one of the owners in a company that's literally making its users $100 million a month in digital products, it's quite cool because I know exactly what's working, not only from a first-hand experience, but also between every single market, every single niche industry, high ticket, low ticket, mid ticket, recurring, non-recurring. I get to see the back end of all of it day to day. So let me make something very clear to you. Digital product industry is one of the fastest growing markets in the world. And obviously I've taken full advantage of that, making nearly $100 million from it. I mean, just look at the numbers. In 2020, the digital product market was valued at $180 billion. Today, the market is valued at $325 billion. And by 2030 is projected to be worth $840 billion. The numbers don't lie. Digital products are one of the biggest opportunities of the decade. But listen, you know that already. If you're watching this realistically, I don't need to sell the opportunity the digital product market presents. I mean, you wouldn't be building a digital product business unless you saw the potential. What you really want to know is this. You want to know how a teenager running a marketing agency built one of the most successful digital product businesses in the world in a matter of 7 days. I mean, trust me, I have been through it all. You know, those times where the offer is perfect, your profit margins are through the roof, sales are flowing in effortlessly, and your team couldn't be any happier. Those times are when you feel unstoppable. And then there's other times where everything is falling apart, when your content isn't performing, when your ads are crippling your profit margins, when it feels like your market has moved on and you start losing core team members, when your business has plateaued and even starts to decline. I have been there, and because I've been there, I know how to overcome it. Really, it comes down to three things. So let's get going. So here's how I'm going to help you today. Instead of showing you how to create the perfect product, giving you 10 different systems you can implement, or speaking to you about hiring A players, I'm just going to flat out show you. Today, I'm going to open the door to my digital product business and show you how I went from a simple agency owner to building one of the biggest digital product businesses on earth. I'm going to show you how everything fits together, okay? I will reveal how I've built products that target every segment of the market. I will show you some of the systems that I've developed to drive sales on autopilot, and I will break down the team structure that implements these systems, allowing me to remove myself from the day-to-day operations of the business. So let's get into it. To start, let me run you through the different products I have in 2025. You see, at Educate, we serve every level in the market with three core offers: Digital Launchpad, Monetize, and 8-figure license. And this is what they are and who they serve. Digital Launchpad is my entry-level, low-ticket subscription product that targets beginners looking to get started in the online space. Monetize is a mid-ticket product that serves beginners but also includes an upsell, Monetize Pro, for those who are ready to take their online business journey a bit more seriously. 8-figure license is a licensing program which targets serious business owners who are making at least $250,000 a year and gives them access to all my systems and my C-suite. As you can see, I serve every level of the market. Now, here's what you need to understand. If you want to run a digital product business that has real longevity, there are really two aspects of the product you can't ignore. Number one is quality. I mean, it should go without saying, but the product itself needs to be valuable and it needs to be something that you would be happy to pay for. Digital products really have four core components. The first is the program. Making a quality program or course is not as literal as it sounds, okay? It isn't about filming on the best cameras or having the best editing in the world. It's about serving your client. I mean, look at this example from Digital Launchpad. I understand the Digital Launchpad customers are just getting started, so they want to watch a program that is valuable, but they also need something entertaining to keep them engaged. And that's why I filmed the program in a sit-down style with high-level editing and animations. Now, here is an example of 8-figure license. You see, my clients inside 8FL are high-level business owners. They work with us to get no BS, unfiltered value. They don't want fancy animations and all the fluff that comes with that. For that reason, I film the 8FL content on Loom. All the time and effort goes into providing the value our clients are looking for. A quality program is about serving your clients' needs. Then we move on to coaching. You see, if you're watching this video, you probably understand how digital products work. The program alone will get your clients some results. But if you want the best results for your clients, you need the best coaches. I mean, let's take a look at some examples. Inside Digital Launchpad, we have an e-commerce program. Now I have a few e-commerce brands of my own, but I scale them using my personal brand primarily. I needed someone who really understands how to succeed in the e-commerce space as a beginner. So what did I do? I approached Jordan Welch to record the program and hired supporting coaches to help our members succeed on a weekly basis. 8-figure license, on the other hand, is a different story. We are the best in the world when it comes to digital products. But this doesn't mean that I'm the only one coaching because of the success I've achieved in the digital product space. We have core departments who are led by members of my C-suite that have more day-to-day expertise than I do. And that's why my C-suite coach alongside me to make sure clients understand how to implement every system they get directly from the people who created that system. Now, the support you give your clients outside of their program is truly what makes a difference. And this is where we get onto the resources. The next step in creating a top tier product is having additional resources that your clients can use alongside the program and the coaching they get. My product team walks through all the content we have and creates supporting resources for every module inside the program. Across our products, we have 441 resources. And by the way, this also includes the system licenses inside 8-Figure License. You see, inside of 8FL, we have something you can see on screen called the Vault. The Vault houses all of Educate's systems in the form of plug-and-play licenses that our clients can implement seamlessly into their businesses. Next is community. You see, the way I approach building communities and building programs is actually very simple. It really comes down to the same question. What serves your client best? Now, for products like Digital Launchpad and Monetize, it makes the most sense to host the community on Discord. It allows us to add gamification aspects like badges, invite-only channels, and challenges. We also have tens of thousands of members, and we need a platform that can support that. Now, because the members are beginners, the community aspect is so important for them to build a circle of like-minded individuals. Now, for 8-Figure License, our approach is slightly different here. Now, I don't know about you, but as a business owner, I simply don't have time to spend messing around on Discord. I need a place where I can ask a quick question and get an answer on the go. And that is why the 8FL community is on WhatsApp. No fun and games, just valuable conversations on a platform that business owners use on a day-to-day basis anyways. Now, we also understand that networking is super important to our high-level clients, and we service that need by hosting organized masterminds when the opportunity arises, and I actually invite our clients to meet up with me. These meetups usually happen while I'm traveling. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, I have a quality product, but I'm still struggling. You see, the first aspect of having a great digital product is quality, but if you think that having a quality product will keep you at the top of the digital product game, my friend, you're sorely mistaken. The second aspect has allowed me to stay on top for years, and that's dynamism. My ability to read the market and pivot accordingly is second to none. There are two things I look for when making product decisions: audience fatigue, as well as personal career stage. Now, when it comes to audience fatigue, the digital product market works in the opposite way to most markets. Most businesses are slow burners. You start small, and as time passes, you gain more traction and the business tends to trend upwards. Whereas when you start your digital product business, things can take off very quickly, especially if you're backed by a strong personal brand, and it's all smooth sailing until suddenly your audience starts to get tired of the vehicle or mechanism that you're selling. First, your sales start to plateau, and then before you know it, they fall off of a cliff. Now, most digital product businesses wait to fall off before realizing that their audience is tired of what it is that they're selling. Then they try to kick into gear and start changing their approach or their product. At this point, it is simply too late. Whereas with my digital product businesses, I don't wait for it to fall off. I don't even wait until we plateau. I start making moves when we're still at the top. I mean, why do you think I closed the Agency Accelerator to launch Monetize? Now, to be honest, the reason I wanted to launch Monetize was because I had even grown tired of speaking about SMMA because I'd just been doing it for so many years. And I felt like I could put my current expertise to better use by creating a product focused on coaching, digital products, and personal brand. But the biggest reason was audience fatigue. Imagine that I had grown tired of selling SMA digital products. I mean, how do you think my audience felt? If you want to stay on top of the digital product game, you have to read your audience and you need to know how to keep it fresh. And this is where we move on to personal career stage. You see, when you're selling digital products primarily through your personal brand, your audience wants to learn from the best. If you've been following me for a long time, you'll remember I closed down my agency to pursue bigger business plays I had in the pipeline. In many cases, this could have led to my demise in the digital product business because we were primarily selling SMA products at the time. Now, do you think I stopped selling SMA digital products? No, I did the exact opposite. I launched a new and improved SMMA digital product, but there was a slight twist. I assembled the top experts in the SMA space and built the most complete SMA digital product possible with every step in the process coached by the top experts in that discipline. Now, with my dynamic approach, I was able to manage objections before they even arose and built the best SMA product on the market in the process. Now listen, I get it. When you look at my digital product career, it might seem complex. And you're right. Listen, I've had 9 offers. I've had 9.5 million views on a single VSL. I have 441 current resources, not to mention how many programs we filmed, the hundreds of systems to actually make this machine work in the background. But here's the thing. It's only complex in the beginning. Today, we have a system for everything. When you have a system for everything and the right people running those systems, what used to seem complex, maybe even impossible at the start, becomes effortless. We have systems and we have team. Now, in full transparency, I can't take you through every system we have in place at Educate. It will probably take me days, maybe even weeks to explain all of them. That being said, we can look at some key ones. On the marketing side, we have the VSL flywheel system, a system we created to play to the strengths of the YouTube algorithm that ensures that every person that finds me on YouTube inevitably watches our VSL. A complex idea to start with, but with the right system, very easy to execute. Now, this is the system we use to create the most viewed digital product VSL on YouTube, generating $20 million from one VSL in the process. I've spoken about this at length, so I'm not going to go into the exact system today. If you'd like to know more about this system, I made a full video about it on this channel, so I'll go ahead and leave that as a link in the description. Now, you know those 441 resources I talked about earlier? We created all of those resources in just a few months. But do you think I personally built all those resources? Of course not. Listen, to be fully transparent, I don't think I have ever even looked at them. All 441 of those resources were built by my product team that only has 4 members. The craziest part of this whole thing is that they do it on the side. This isn't even their full-time responsibility. Now, you might be thinking, how is it possible that a team of 4 people built 441 resources in just a few months? There is a system to it. First, they transcribe the video content to convert it into text. Then they run it through a bespoke AI tool that understands the formatting and cuts out the fluff. Then they quality check it and make manual changes to ensure it has the expected quality. Finally, they format the resource correctly and add in the relevant branding. And this is what allows us to create high volume of valuable resources at maximum efficiency. What seems impossible is made possible using the right systems. Now, when it comes to content, this is where we have some of our strongest systems. We have 3 YouTube channels, we have 70 short form accounts. Now, some people might think, oh, I'm probably on the content hamster wheel, right? You could not be further from the truth. You see, I spend 9 months a year working hard. That is a fact. I work super hard 9 months a year. That being said, for 3 months a year, I just chill out. I work anywhere from 4 or 5 hours a day, and my team knows I'm going to be somewhere tropical, enjoying my life and making myself richer in memories and experiences. So I like to live my life that way. Now, my question to you is, do you think I would be able to actually take this time off if my business came to a grinding halt when I'm taking that 3-month, 4-month period? No, of course not. I can do this because we have the right systems in place. Just look at our rehashing system as an example. I have a full rehashing department that keeps my old videos performing, which means that my channel grows even if I'm not posting content. You see, when rehashing meets our flywheel system, it guarantees that we continue making sales regardless of my input when it comes to content. This is also a system I've spoken about at length, and there's a full training on this channel about that very same system. Now, one last system I want to share with you is our project management system for our events. You see, we run 4 Netflix style episode events to drive traffic to our offers. From the outside, maybe it looks quite simple, but it's quite the opposite. The reason we're able to make millions every single year with these events is because everything is optimized to a T. I mean, just so you can understand the complexity of these events, let's break down our last event. We had 5 event phases, 23 macro tasks, 334 subtasks. Now, all of these phases, macro tasks, and subtasks were tracked on a single database, with each task having task description, progress status, macro task owner, subtask owner, priority level, as well as due date. And the best part of this system, almost zero input from me. All the project management is done by 2 members of my C-suite. I attend the project management meetings when I'm needed, but 95% of the tasks are managed by my department heads and get overseen by my COO Max and my CMO Luis. My only responsibility for these events is recording, and that's it. I work with Luis during the conception of the event's big idea, and I sit down, record the episodes, and that is it. I will record the event, and then, probably from the point in which I recorded, it's 6 to 8 weeks, usually probably closer to 8 weeks. And then about 8 weeks later, the event will actually go live. And that week I'll have millions and millions and millions of dollars deposited net into my bank account. That's how the system works. Like I said earlier, these systems are just a drop in the ocean when it comes to the number of systems we have built and improved on over the course of the last 7 years. Now, I've spoken about a few other systems on this channel before, but behind the scenes, there are hundreds of these. My systems allow me to print money with minimal input, but these systems still need to be optimized and managed. Now, my digital product business is made up of multiple team members across several departments, but they all fall into 3 main categories: leaders, managers, and makers. My role in the company is to be the visionary, the person that keeps the company safe and steers the company in the right direction. This means I need to be thinking a year or 2 ahead at all times. That being said, I have a leadership core that steers the day-to-day, and that is where my C-suite comes into play: my CMO, my CCO, my COO, as well as my CPO. I have 4 team members in my C-suite, one for every core department of the business: marketing, content, operations, and product. These are the guys that allow me to spend a maximum of 2 to 3 hours a day on my digital product business. All I need to do is attend 1 C-suite meeting a day where we discuss pressing matters and strategy. The additional time I spend making content that drives traffic towards the businesses. Keep in mind, their job isn't actually to do the work. Their job is to decide what key tasks need to be worked on. From there, the department managers get briefed on what needs to be achieved, and then from there, they delegate work to their teams. So I have myself, then I have my leaders, managers, makers. So let me break down the full team structure. Now, depending on where you're at with your digital product business, you might look at this team structure and feel like you can't do what I've done because you don't have the resources yet. And to be honest, you're probably right. But you need to understand that it is a process. This doesn't happen overnight. You need to build a system and then expand. Then you build more systems and expand further. Then you do this over and over again and watch how your business grows. Listen, I speak from experience. You need to build a system and then expand. Then you build more systems and expand further. Then you do this over and over again. And as I said, watch how your business grows. I went from 9 team members to over 50 plus team members. But it's funny, now with 50 team members, I literally work less than when I had 9 team members. You see, during the last 2 years in my digital product business, I've even had times where the team was made up of over 100 people. But as our systems improved, we could decrease the size of the team. All of this to say that it is a process, but you need to understand that I have spent 7 years and millions of dollars building and optimizing these systems. This is truly where you need to make a decision. You can take 7 years and spend millions of dollars yourself building these systems and make countless mistakes along the way. Or you can just legally steal my systems and get these systems implemented into your business with the help of those that built it internally at mine. And this is where the 8FL advantage comes into play. If you want direct access to me and my full C-suite team, as well as the opportunity to just legally steal every system I have inside of my business in a plug-and-play format, I invite you to apply to join for 8-figure license. These systems aren't for everyone, so we only work with business owners making more than $250,000 a year. So if you're looking to scale past 8 figures, book a call with a member of my team and we will see whether we can help you. So with that being said, myself and my team look forward to absolutely blowing up your digital product business. And just remember, that comes from almost $100 million of personal experience, as well as $100 million a month that we're currently making our users here on WALP with digital products. So I know real time, better than anyone else on earth, exactly how to win at this game. So with that being said, I will leave a link in the description to apply for 8FL, and I hope to see you inside.